How's it going? I'm Matt. I'm from a company called Groupnotes. We're a local startup weekend winner on this summer, fall. I'm going to first talk about Firefox. And so Firefox extension development, it's an odd one. They have two different types of extension developments happening. They have their new Jetpack, which is freaking sweet, and their old ass thing that looks like a Java hellhole. Really.
Send us a pull request.
Sorry?
Send us a pull request.
I would love to. So, something to break my. This is how Firefox extensions make me feel. It's a little strange. I first started Firefox. It took me about a week and a half to do something really simple because I didn't really understand what I was doing in the whole Firefox world. They have a lot of legacy things happening, which they actually eliminated quite well with Jetpack. It also comes with a thing called an add-on builder. It's a web-based tool where you can automatically deploy your extension as you're building it, which is cool. So as you save what you're writing in the browser, it deploys it to your browser. And it literally saved me hours of time, but also at the expense of costing me hours of time because I really didn't understand it. Yep. Classic extensions. Stay the hell away. Essentially. It's just an example of what you'll come across with Classic versus Jetpack. To just set a cookie in Jetpack, it's going to take an unreasonable amount of lines of code. I cut out about 10 lines there, just for the sake of the slide. There's not enough space. But their Jetpack, it's literally, it feels like modern JavaScript. Things you'll run across with like Node or module-based JavaScript. It's really slick and easy. Chrome, just JavaScript. Chrome. It is just tasty JavaScript. They seem to nail it when it comes to simple extensions. You can't do anything too powerful that you can do with Firefox. For what we needed to do with Groupnotes, which is also our Firefox extension for Chrome and Safari, we needed something simple, and Chrome did it in 2 hours, maybe, which took me about a week in Firefox because I'm silly. I don't know what I'm doing. This is how you get a cookie in Chrome. Just another snippet of how easy this is. There's really not much to say there. And this is how you do it in Firefox. Also, I cut out about 10 lines of code. Safari. Yeah, ask this guy. I am not a big fan of Apple. Sorry, Apple fans. Sorry, Mr. Apple here. So the only guy with Mac experience is this guy.
All right,
Yeah.
so Safari is, it feels a lot like Chrome when you're building an extension. Nice pure JavaScript, the API is nice and simple. There's a Safari object, you can access the background, you can access any of the tabs, right, nice and easy. A couple lines just to get in and out of there. And they actually, the only crappy part of it, they have to sign up for a certificate just to sign it. So you can't even install your own extensions without signing up for the development program, going through all that, getting a signed certificate, signing it with a Mac. So we actually had to buy a Mac to build a Safari extension. So we built everything on Linux, and that kind of sucked. But they give you a nice, once you have that up and running, you have actually a GUI to add all your assets and stuff inside of it. So you actually create it and add your images, all your background script files in a nice GUI interface, and that's what gets packaged together. But it feels a lot like Chrome extension. It's nice, simple JavaScript, everything's clear cut, their documentation is pretty simple. That's that. Good.
Very, very similar to Chrome, except you have to buy their fucking... Enough said. We didn't even bother trying for an Explorer because, first off, we run Linux. So, sorry about that. If Microsoft is here. So, there is a big similarity between all browser extensions. There's a thing called content scripts. These content scripts can get injected into every page you visit, or whatever page matches a certain criteria. And these things actually allow you to communicate with the page they're on and your extension, which normally you can't do. You're absolutely not allowed to do that with a browser extension. So with this content script, you're able to kind of pick certain things from that person's page. So if we're on Facebook, we can't like access your password as you're typing it. That's not possible, which is a neat little security. Content scripts. I thought that was going to be funnier.
The more you watch it.
The more you watch it. He's actually sneaking across the ledge and trying to jump onto the other ledge. He doesn't quit. So something to know about content scripts and extensions. You're writing in JavaScript the entire time, but you're in a different environment. So in the background script, you can run background service code, whatever you want. You can have timers, whatever. But that's completely separate from the content script window object and the pages window object. So when you're coding it, you're thinking you're modifying code on the page you're on. That's totally not happening. And you don't know about it until you learn more. You go through some frustrating dev time. So some similarities of content scripts. Thankfully, Firefox, Chrome, and Safari all have very, very similar communication aspects to them. You can communicate it through simple event-based system. They both use ports. And this allows you to execute code on the actual page from your extension. I know this doesn't really make sense until you try to do it, but please try to do it. It's a lot of fun. You really learn that JavaScript isn't client. It's totally JavaScript's just a language, and I'm totally used to writing it in Node. So when I go to client, I want to kill myself. Doing it in an extension, it was even worse. Because you lose a lot of things you're used to in everyday JavaScript. Our system, Groupnotes, it uses a lot of WebSockets. So for one of the aspects of WebSockets, we had notifications. And you can enable or disable the highlighter. So there's an icon when you highlight text, an icon will pop up. You don't always want that. So we couldn't figure out a way to actually tell the pages you're on to not show that icon from the extension. So we had an active WebSocket connection. We sent a Boolean value 30,000 miles away to an Amazon server, sent it 30,000 miles back to that person's browser, which is silly. We should have just totally went to content scripts, and it would have saved us literally packets. Yeah, but it's like we sent it 30,000 miles away to go this far. This is from the extension to the page. It is just a little funny. So, but if you're thinking about developing extensions, a lot of your code you're writing is not reusable. Firefox, absolutely not. Safari and Chrome, they're very similar, they're both based on like Git. So just to put a number on it, we were able to develop a Safari extension a day, Chrome extension in a day, simply because we were used to that type of JavaScript. Firefox, you're really going to have to learn what their Jetpack SDK is able to do, because it's still actively developed. They release a new SDK every couple of weeks, so it improves rapidly. And the team is amazing. The team is really friggin' amazing at Mozilla. We utilize a thing called Persona on our systems. We broke their email servers, and we warned them that email servers were broke. They were awesome and sent us t-shirts and stickers. So Mozilla, as much as I hate Firefox, their team is awesome. Not gonna lie. Also extensions. We broke some rules with our scripts, because a lot of the code that we wrote is server side. I wrote an RPC system on the server to sync client-side functions from the server, so we wouldn't have to update the extension whenever we update some code that sounded like hell. So the system syncs over WebSockets. But Firefox Marketplace for add-ons, you're not allowed hosting remote scripts. That was a bit of a kicker. Chrome, you can, because Google, I guess, allows everything. They don't even filter what you're writing. You could write the worst thing in the world and steal all your passwords, and Google would let it in. FYI. Mozilla won't. So we had to host it ourselves, which is not a problem. It's a few hours of work. But doing that, actually, normally when you have an extension, you redirect it to the page of Google, where you go to Mozilla's page, you can go cross browser. I totally tried. I wanted to love it. It came closer.
Any other questions?
What would you say the development time for the next browser?
I know Opera, I think, is thinking of moving to WebKit, so that'd be a couple hours. But as it is, I'm not too sure. We ran into different ways of running extensions. Some of them are, I'm sure one of them written in C. I have no idea.
You do an extension while you're in SSL mode? Browser in SSL mode?
Yeah. No, IE is probably going to take a long time, because we don't really understand it.
All right, thank you, Matt.